Hello, YouTube fans. This is TheSkullKlown. I want to talk about something. Obviously, you can see right here, Godzilla and Biollante. Now, obviously, you can tell from the title, Biollante should be in the MonsterVerse. She should, and I've made this video so many times, but it's good to sometimes do updates of it. I want Biollante in the MonsterVerse, man. I want her to be in the MonsterVerse. It's such a missed opportunity to not put her in the MonsterVerse, man. Seriously, I'm dead serious. Like, I'm hearing rumors that we might have Space Godzilla, but that's still up in the air right now. Because people are finding out that's probably not true. That Space Godzilla might be one of the villains or something like that. But because they're trying to lead up to Destroyer, I believe, right? Or should I say Destroyer? So. But to me, Destroyer is literally the finale. The one you should end the series with. And I've said this before and I said it again. I just hope in the MonsterVerse movies in Supernova, I hope they don't be like, oh yeah, the next movie we're gonna have Destroyer. Please don't do that. Please. And I know a lot of people might be like, why? Why? Because you just fascinating approaching right away. You didn't do that with the Thanos stuff. Oh god. Alright, I'm sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. You see how people call me and shit like that? Like, for no reason. No reason whatsoever. To be quite honest with you. Oops. Hold on, guys. Alright, so anyways. Godzilla versus, Biollante should be in the MonsterVerse. Seriously. Do not be wasteful. It automatically hype up Destroyer, and then all of a sudden he's in the next movie, and then it's like, what's the hype? You didn't do that with Thanos, Obviously, it's not made from the same company, but you know how it is. It's the same thing with Star Wars. You watch Episode 1, and then Episode 2. What? Oh yeah, let's just finish the story right away. Let's have Luke defeat Vader. No, let's maybe have a movie where the heroes actually lose and there's no hope. Basically, all hope is lost. So the one way to do that is have Biollante. The other one to do that too, honorable mention, the Spark Monster, Hedra. Put her in it too, please. And yes, Hedra is a chick. When she first appeared, she's a female. But in Godzilla Final Wars, it's a male, from what I've researched. So there's that. But Biollante needs to be in this series, bro, before it ends. So does the Smog Monster. Hey, maybe you could do Biollante and the Smog Monster together, and Godzilla is over here fighting both. And then we, as the viewer, are trying to figure out, is Biollante healed because she's trying to stop the Smog Monster? And Godzilla still doesn't know, and even Khan could be there too. Like, I'm saying, man, a lot of people might not might. The thing is, the newest Godzilla movie that came out, Godzilla X Khan, The New Empire, that whole movie is basically a silent movie. And a lot of people always complain that, oh, we should not have a Godzilla movie that's like silent, just with the the monsters. But we got that with Godzilla X Khan, The New Empire. And yes, there was still humans there, but majority was a silent movie. And I want them to lean more to that, because that is awesome. That's great. I want more of that shit. Seriously. And doing Godzilla versus Biollante will be so great. I mean, look at this picture. You mean to tell me you will make a Godzilla series and not put Biollante in it? Again, I would love to have Gigan, and Megalon, obviously, because at the end of the day, if we're gonna end this series with Destroyer, the final movie literally needs to be called Godzilla X Khan Final Wars. It has to be. It has to be. And most people are like, but usually in the Final Wars movie, the original, we had King Ghidorah. We already had King Ghidorah. Just scrap them. Now, if you're gonna bring Mega King Ghidorah, that's the only possible way that I can see it, in my opinion. Or not if because we all established that King Ghidorah is not from Earth; he's from space, right? So, and we're gonna get Space Godzilla, right? Because there's a whole there's a theory of the origins of how Space Godzilla is gonna be. And the origins for Space Godzilla is supposed to be that the reason he's born is because Godzilla keeps shooting his nuclear breath at the sky. And you know what? That actually makes sense. I would actually believe that shit. And I actually will approve that shit, in my opinion. At least it explains it, why Space Godzilla exists. Godzilla's energy in cells and his essence is literally shooting up in the sky, in space, you know? So yeah, there's that. But what else that you could do? The thing is, Biollante is so unique. You could do her either. You can do anything with her. Do I still want the origin story for her to be a woman that died and her dad fused her DNA with Godzilla cells DNA, you know, and mixed with also with a plant? Yes, I still do want that because I mean it's the MonsterVerse. You guys already have giant monsters fighting with each other, and you had a giant robot that looks like Godzilla, for crying out loud. I mean, really, guys, come on. Seriously. That's why when people talk shit about Godzilla X Kong the New Empire, oh my god, they're floating around Hollow Earth fighting. Yeah, that's cool. That's badass. It's fun. What's wrong with you people, man? What's wrong with you people? No, seriously. I can't wait for you guys to talk shit about lightsaber fucking duels. Oh, that's so unrealistic. The original Star Wars sucks. Can't wait for you guys to say that too. Seriously, man. Seriously. It's so fucking dumb, bro. Seriously. These are movies. Seriously. And you guys are freaking looking at it like, oh, everything needs to be grounded and realistic and shit like that. Yeah. Then these movies will not exist. Just so you know. There's also rumors that we might get Jet Jaga. You know what? If we can't get Ultraman in this universe, which I would love, because the people that made Godzilla and Ultraman are like best friends, so it will make sense to even have Ultraman in this series. I mean, why wouldn't you? Or at least pay homage to it. You mean to tell me in the MonsterVerse, there's no person that has a device that transforms itself up to a big giant kaiju to fight monsters? In this universe, in the MonsterVerse universe. You mean to tell me there's no one that's like that? You mean to tell me that bullshit? Seriously. I don't believe that. I believe there is an Ultraman in this universe. It's just impossible. It's just impossible to say no to it. Seriously. And that's why you should have Jet Jaguar. And the guy, the guy that is the animal guy from X-Con, the New Empire and stuff like that. He can make Jet Jaguar, and he could guide him basically. Like he probably could steal some of the parts from Mechagodzilla, and then make Jet Jaguar out of him or something like that. I think that'd be cool, because at least we'll find out where the parts of Mechagodzilla went, because at the same time, Mechagodzilla could be rebuilt, which is the best part about Mechagodzilla. Even if he's destroyed, you could rebuild him. You can always win him back. That's the best part about that villain. But I think we're done with Mechagodzilla. Sadly, that's why when he was in Godzilla vs. Kong, I was just like, why? I mean, I won't mind it if you put it in the next movie. Because I feel like Sqawn wasn't really. I mean, Sqawn was fine, but how cool it would have been if it was Mechagodzilla. And Apex had power with the Hollow Earth and stuff like that, and then they found like a Khan civilization and they want to infiltrate it with Mechagodzilla or something like that. Something out there, something outrageous, something cool, something would be like, holy shit, Then Khan sees this and he gets upset, and then he's thinking that it's probably Godzilla's fault doing this shit, because Mechagodzilla looks like Godzilla, right? So we go after Godzilla and be like, yo, motherfucker, tell your brother to calm the fuck down. And Godzilla would be like, who the fuck you talking about? I'm the only species around here, And Kong would be like, bullshit, look at that. And Godzilla was like, what the fuck? But it would be kind of funny, even though throughout the whole Godzilla vs. Kong movie, Godzilla knows Mechagodzilla exists because they were provoking Godzilla. Are you high? But you could still do that. But this is a what if scenario if they, did it the way I would like to see it or the way I would make it. But hey, I don't own the MonsterVerse. I'm not making these movies. If I did, I probably would have rebooted it. Yeah, I probably would have rebooted it. Not the whole thing though. I probably would have started off right after Godzilla. Godzilla 2019, Godzilla King of the Monsters, in my opinion. That's just me. Because not having Biollante in this universe or the Smog Monster, come on, guys, really? It makes so much sense. It makes so much sense. In Godzilla King of the Monsters in 2019, you have a whole scene of the human characters talking about, oh, these Titan creatures replenish the planet. We destroying the humans are destroying the planet, but these Titan creatures, when they walk by into something we destroyed, they replenish it. And this would fit more perfectly with Biollante. You know? That's just me, man. And then you have the Smog Monster, because when you see that scene, man, when you see that scene in Godzilla X Khan, I mean Godzilla King of the Monsters, when you see that scene, when they're talking and stuff like that. Here, you know what? Hold on. I'll show you the scene. I'm not going to play the clip, but I'll show you the scene that I'm talking about. Okay, this one right here. This right here. This scene right here. This scene right here. This scene is really good. Really fucking good. And I think this is the scene that pissed a lot of people off in a spiritual alignment way and also in a subconscious way, because trust me, humans don't like to be told that they fucking suck. You guys fucking do. You guys destroy every fucking goddamn shit, but that's a different story for another fucking day. Aren't you a human? Go to my enlightenment channel. Oops.
The only station.
No, copyright. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, just go to my enlightenment channel if you're that upset with it. Seriously, here it is. Literally. Alright. But anyways, and you can't see this playlist because it's private. So, but I could show you the clip. There you go. But you guys don't have to see it if you've seen the movie. But yeah. But anyways. Yes. It is a missed opportunity to not have Biollante and the Smog Monster. Especially, actually, yeah, both of those two. Because if you're going to do this Destroyer, which is fine, I'm all for Destroyer. He's already in this universe already. Because they used the Oxygen Destroyer in Godzilla 2019 movie. And to be quite honest, they should have never used the Oxygen Destroyer. They should have saved that for a different film, in my opinion. Maybe they could have used it in Godzilla X Khan. I mean, Godzilla vs. Khan. That way you have a weak Godzilla about to fight Mega King Ghidorah. I mean, Mega Godzilla. And Khan is literally about to die and shit like that. In the main characters, the human characters basically have to like try to figure out what to do, you know, because they're not doing too good right now, basically. But whatever. That's just me. That's just me. But moving on. What else can I talk about with Biollante? Keep her regular design. Obviously, give her more of that Monsterverse look, you know. And since she is a plant monster, go all out with her. Seriously, look at different plants that are around the earth and use that inspiration for her design or what powers that she can do, you know. And yes, I want her atomic breath to weaken Godzilla, because that is canon. I'm sorry. Whether you like it or not, it is canon. All right? And it is canon also that this is Godzilla's sister. Right? Mega Godzilla is Godzilla's twin brother, robot twin brother, and Biollante is Godzilla's sister. Seriously. So you cannot how can you make a Monsterverse movies about Godzilla and not mention Godzilla's sister or not even have her at all? You know? It's ridiculous. It is. It's ridiculous, in my opinion. You know? You could do so much. Like you can add some of the plants that you see inside the Hollow Earth and stuff like that. Or maybe she was born in the Hollow Earth or some shit like that. You know? She could have been born either way, like the original that you see in the movie, you know, and a lot of people talk shit about how that is in the original movie. Oh, this is so stupid. Apparently you can't watch anime, you know? This is literally a straight up anime. Godzilla vs. Biollante, the original, is a straight up anime movie. And I don't know why that you guys don't see Godzilla as like anime shit. Seriously. But it's so easy to talk shit about Godzilla though, right? Because science shit that you don't get, it's fucking simple. A scientist lost his daughter. He grabs his DNA, grabs a plant DNA, and grabs Godzilla's DNA and splices them together. Like, how's that so? You guys are acting over here like, oh, Oh, it's so complicated. Oh my god, my brain can't handle it. It's so fucking stupid, bro. You guys act like children, bro. Like seriously. That's why I stopped going away with the Godzilla fan base, bro. And I decided to do my own Godzilla fan base with only me in it. Seriously. Because it's like, you guys are fucking pathetic, bro. Seriously. It's not all of you, thank goodness. But so much of you, that's ridiculous. And here's a little trivia. I could put this picture in the Godzilla in the Godzilla fan page on Facebook, right? But you know, someone else could do that and they'd be fine. But once I do it, I get kicked off. This picture would get deleted. Yes, that's happened to me in the Godzilla fan page on Facebook. I share something that I like. I don't even say anything, and automatically the person that owns that page doesn't like me at all. That's why I got out of that page. Seriously, I'm like, if you don't like me, then get rid of me. You deleted all my shit for no fucking reason. You know, because if I share something like this and you don't share it, you get offended about it. See? Side note. But moving on. Sorry, guys. Again, that's a side note. I'm just telling you my experience with some of these people in the community. It's fucking stupid. It is. It's fucking retarded. Really? But moving on. How would, again, the Smog Monster will work great. Hedra will work great. Seriously. And keep Hedra's power, seriously. When Hedra's flying through the sky and is giving toxic to people and they just die and turn to skeletons. Yes, do that. Do that. Have a scene when Hedra's going through a freaking school. Seriously. You know? And the kids can't get out of the school because if they get out, they will be freaking dead. You know? And then you have Godzilla and Biollante duke it out and shit like that. And then all of a sudden, there's no bad radiation anymore. There's no toxic radiation. There's radiation from the monsters, but not radiation from Hedra. You get me? You get me? And then people will realize, oh shit, this woman was right. She was right all along. These titans are replenishing the planet. And then you can have a counteract of like, oh, no, that's bullshit because look what Hedra is doing. But then everyone would be like, Hedra was created because you humans couldn't freaking take care of the planet. And so Godzilla's there to literally kick your ass. So is Sqawn. And now we have Biollante because you guys still wouldn't listen. You know? Again, you could do so much storyline-wise, man. So fucking dope, bro. Seriously. So much you can do. So much you could do. Seriously. Because I do not want to watch Godzilla Supernova and automatically we get Space Godzilla, which is fine. If you're going to have them, they're fine. But there needs to be some type of heightness before we fight him and stuff like that. The other movies that do that. They didn't even did that to Sqawn. I'm not even a big fan of Sqawn, you know? But at least they'll have something there, you know? And then by the end of the movie, don't be like, oh, the next movie, Destroyer is coming. No, man. You can hint to Destroyer. You can hint to Destroyer. But the thing is, Destroyer should not come to space. Destroyer's already here on planet Earth because you use the oxygen destroyer. Don't fuck up your storyline just because you want something, you know, with Space Godzilla that makes sense. You know, Godzilla shoots his atomic breath in the air and it goes inside a black hole and it's creating a Godzilla hybrid monster. Basically, that would make sense because Godzilla cells go up in the air if he does his nuclear breath and shit like that. You know, for example, you know. Just something, you know. Or here's this in Godzilla, in Godzilla King of the Monsters, when Ghidorah is picking Godzilla up and he's going all the way up to the sky, and he's flapping his wings. Maybe one of Godzilla's cells went to King Ghidorah's wing, and when King Ghidorah is flapping in the air and he drops Godzilla, since he's still flapping in the air, that Godzilla cells just went up in the air in space because since he went so high up in the stratosphere, you know. So there's that too. There's another thing that you could explain with that too. You know? Another thing you could mention too, that when Godzilla observes Martha to get her energy and stuff like that so she can help him, when he goes like supernova basically and he's blasting that radiation to destroy King Ghidorah, all of that can go straight to the ether and it could get scattered all the way up to space, and then that's how we get Space Godzilla also. So Space Godzilla will not just have Godzilla cells, but Mothra cells too. That would be cool. That would be cool. But most people are like, wouldn't Space Godzilla look like Martha? No, but he would have some of the powers like Martha. Something similar, but not as similar. You get me? Because it would still be Godzilla, basically, you know? So I'm not talking about like some hybrid Godzilla Mothra. I mean, we could get that in the future, not if this series keeps going. But like, if Supernova is gonna rush Destroyer, it's so sad. It's so sad. You just told me that you never cared about the series to begin with, you know? And I heard that the people that are gonna make um no, I think that's something else. Because I know there's a new director for the new Godzilla movies. So, and Paramount owns the Godzillaverse and Harry Potter and all that stuff. And hey, the new Paramount and Netflix stuff, no one was not going to win with that. I say that right now. So the fact that Paramount has it, they can fuck it up for all we know. Seriously, they can fuck it up for no freaking reason. You know, it's just stupid. You know, it's just really stupid. It'd be like Independence Day. So what? The president of the United States goes on a jet to fight off the kaijus? Are you high? You know, to be quite honest, if we get a Trump-like character going after Godzilla, Biollante, and Khan and all that shit, I would actually stand back and just be like, you know what? Godzilla, do your thing. Kill him. Like all the politicians and all that and fucking like jet rockets trying to shoot the kaijus and shit. It'd be so fucking stupid. But at the same time, I'd be like, you know what? I give it a pass if they all die. And it's funny and entertaining as all hell, you know? So, hey man, if Godzilla could be a parody, I wouldn't mind. I literally legit not mind, you know? Because more Godzilla is better. And I think Godzilla will work as a parody also, but still being grounded and serious of what Godzilla is, you know? So, not to disrespect the characters or anything like that, you know, but still feel like a parody of itself, but still having fun and literally loving what we're doing, you know? That's just me. But moving on. So what do you guys think down below? You guys think that some of the stuff that I said with Godzilla and Biollante and the Smog Monster, Hedra, you guys think that will happen? I still would like to get freaking Gigan and Megalon. I would still like to get that. They can team up. They usually are a duo anyways. So would it be cool if because if we're gonna have the next movie called Godzilla X Kong Supernova, then why wouldn't we have Gigan and Megalon? Like, could just fly through space, you know, out of nowhere, and they come with come with Space Godzilla. Like, Space Godzilla needs some minions, and that's freaking Gigan and Megalon. That'd be cool, you know. You know, they're not really minions to Space Godzilla. You're just there to be like, you know what, this is another planet. You go into that planet too. We have the same goals. We might not like each other, but we're going to have some fun here. You know, it's like that. You know, it's like the enemy and my enemy is my friend. It's like that. So it's like, why not? And plus, it would bring more stakes of like, you know, because supposedly there's rumors also that Godzilla and Kong are going to fight in this movie too. Because supposedly, again, these are all rumors because we still don't know until the movie. The movie comes out next year in March. So they have a year and 3 months, which is not long, to be quite honest with you guys. This movie's about to come out literally tomorrow when you really think about it, you know? But, yeah, that's just me with the whole, like, Gigan and Megalon situation. Just make them walk with Space Godzilla, you know? And then in the next movie, have Biollante and the Smog Monster, you know? Like, seriously, why not? It'd be so cool, you know? It'd be so cool. How cool would it have been if Kong starts fighting Biollante and Godzilla starts fighting Hedra and stuff like that. You know, and then they both have to team up and shit like that. So come on, man. Something new, something cool, something great, something fun, you know, that we can see and have. That's just me, man. That's just me. Shimo should be in the movie, but again, there's gonna be a lot of Titans anyways. So maybe she should be in the background or something like that, because Shimo, in my opinion, should stay. We should see more of Shimo. But you could make her tragic. Maybe something happens to her for her to actually transform into Biollante. Is that possible? Could we do that? It's just a suggestion. I'm not saying it could happen, but why not? You know, she's already tall as hell, bigger than Godzilla, anyways. And I want Biollante to be bigger than Godzilla. Like you did that with King Ghidorah, so why not do that with Biollante? You know, I want her to be massive. I want her to tower over Godzilla. I want her to do this, choke him and everything like that. Look at this poster, man. You know, and if you are gonna do the whole thing of like, oh, the doctor's daughter died, then he transformed her DNA genes to a Planet Godzilla genes. If we are gonna do that type of story, which I'm all for, I hope you do. And if you don't, that's fine. Just do something unique. And hey, maybe you don't have to have his daughter get killed. Maybe it could be something that, oh, he still grabs his daughter's DNA to put inside of a plant and also puts in Godzilla cells to still make Biollante. So she has that spiritual connection to Biollante. You could do the same thing that you see in one of the characters in the original Heisei universe, you know? What's her name? Emiko, I believe? Yeah. Why not? You know? You already paid homage to the two fairies and Godzilla King of the Monsters, which a lot of people didn't notice. I didn't notice either until I watched the movie multiple times. And I'm like, oh. So there was that. But anything else I could talk about? Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So if you're gonna do that, that's the type of storyline that I'm saying. When Biollante does her nuclear breath, I'm still gonna call it atomic breath. I know it's people call it an acid or something, acid breath or some shit. I'm still gonna call it nuclear breath. That's just me. I know I'm different. Sorry to be different. But if she does her nuclear breath, I want it to look like that. I want Godzilla to stare at the freaking person that's inside Biollante. Oh, you know how cool that would be? This would be badass if this happened in the movie. You know, Godzilla is helpless. Biollante just wraps him up and everything like that. She opens her mouth, and then the atomic breath is literally a human's face, and they go straight to Godzilla's face. Like, it would be fucking crazy. It would be so poetic at the same time, and also heartbreaking because at the same time, Godzilla and Biollante is not a movie that you root for anybody. Everyone kind of loses. You know, it's a good monster movie, yes, but good God, like storyline wise, it's very heartbreaking, very very tragic in my opinion. So that's just me. At the end of the day, we haven't seen Biollante in a long time. I don't think Biollante was even in Godzilla Final Wars. The hell was that crap? You couldn't make it. You couldn't do nothing with her. I mean, you couldn't do the whole Little Shop of Horrors type of thing. Feed me seed more. No, seriously. But other than that, what do you guys think down below? Do you like some of the suggestions that I put, or do you not give a fuck and you want the MonsterVerse to be thrown to the fucking ground because hey, it's ran its course already? Really, it's ran its course. So did the MCU. So did Harry Potter. Oh yeah, I went there. And I love Harry Potter and the MCU. And Star Wars. They all went through the ground already. Seriously, even before Disney bought it. Ooh, did I say that out loud? Again, I'm just joking with you guys. I'm just trying to make a point here. But I'll see you guys later. Be safe. Seriously, be safe. And would you love to see Biollante in the Monsterverse? I mean, if you don't, I probably can understand. You have your right to your opinion, but at the same time, it's like, really, you don't want to see Godzilla's sister in the big giant screen and show newcomers who Biollante is? Because a lot of people don't know who Biollante is. Seriously, and a lot of people don't talk about her, so a lot of people just don't think about her. Only hardcore Godzilla fans do. But like casual people that know about stuff about Godzilla, they'd be like, really? Who is this crocodile chick? Who is this crocodile monster? Oh, that's Godzilla's sister. Wait, what? What? What the fuck? You know, like, what's that backstory on that? You know? So it would just intrigue, the regular smojos that don't know a lot of this lore, you know? At least I would be intrigued. If I didn't know all this Godzilla shit and I knew Godzilla had a sister and that was her backstory, I'd be like, why we don't have her in the Monsterverse? Why we don't have her in the Monsterverse? You guys want to make new fucking goddamn Titans when you have this one standing right here? You know, she. You know how we call Godzilla King of the Monsters and Mothra Queen of the Monsters? What about Biollante taking that one of those spots? What about Biollante versus Mothra? Ooh, that would be sick. That would be fucking sick. And then Biollante kills Martha and Godzilla goes on a rampage just trying to kill Biollante. Ooh, man. I'm telling you guys, the possibilities are endless. Endless, man. And Khan is trying to calm Godzilla down and shit like that, but obviously that's not going to work. It's like, yo, bro, I'm sorry what happened to Martha. Sorry what happened to your queen. And Godzilla's like, fuck you. You wasn't there. You didn't witness it. You didn't see what I went through. It could have been something like that, It's just really, really funny. And really cool, too. But also tragic, too, when you think about it, because Godzilla would have to kill one of his own kind. And he's the only one in his species. He's lonely, except for, was it that Doug Titan monster, which in my opinion, Doug, the Titan monster that we known that is in the Monsterverse, literally looks straight up like Godzilla. So in my opinion, Doug is literally Godzilla Jr. I already felt like we already saw Godzilla Jr. Should he evolve? Yeah. We should see him at least look like Godzilla at this point in the new movie if we see him again. Because he already showed up in Godzilla X Khan. So he should already be big already. He should already be grown up by now. So there's that. And I should watch the Monsterverse TV show. I haven't watched it and it's already out. Jeez, man, I've been slacking. But I hope you guys been watching that show and I hope you guys been enjoying it because I love season 1. I do. I love season 1. And for what I'm seeing from the trailer for the Monarch TV show, from the trailer from myself from season 2, looks fucking great. Looks epic. I want to see that shit. I might just see it right after this because I'm full-fledged into the Godzilla shit, man. Godzilla fans are eating good. We're eating good. All right, I have no complaints. There are some things that I wish you guys can do. Again, like pointing out like Biollante and Megalon and Gigan. And also Hedra, I still want those monsters in there, And yes, like I said, you don't have to put Jaguar there or even Ultraman. Again, it's just a suggestion. Those are just suggestions, and it would be fun if you did that. But what you really do is freaking Biollante in the Smog Monster. Seriously, if we don't get Megalon or Gigan, I still be heartbroken about it. But if you can give me Biollante and the Smog Monster, I literally would be like, I would kiss your feet. I would kiss your feet, seriously. And the whole idea of literally me telling you guys or telling anyone in Hollywood that's listening to this, that you can literally use Gigan and Megalon to be right next to Space Godzilla, when Space Godzilla invades Earth, That's just me. And I don't want Space Godzilla to be like, someone else brought me down here. Please no. Please not. Let's not do that. Please no. Please no. Please not. Let's not do that. Can we just have Space Godzilla be his own thing and he just happens to goes cross through space and he sees Megalon and Gigan and they just team up because they go into the same direction, Because they sense the planet's vibration, They know Godzilla's in there. They know Khan is in there. So they feel like there's a challenge, They feel like, we're going to go here, We're going to destroy this planet, basically. But then there's protectors of that planet, basically, So there's that. What is the Monsterverse planet called, by the way? Is it still called Gaia? Is it called Tiamat? Seriously, what's it called? You guys want to establish the lore of the Monsterverse, but really, you're not establishing the lore of the planet itself. Like, what's the planet? Seriously. Because we all know the planet is producing these monsters, right? It's the same with these other Godzilla movies. We know that sometimes these monsters are part of the planet itself. So it's like, okay, what's the planet called? Is it called Gaia, which is still called Tiamat? Is it still part of our basically ward and shit like that? The reason I mention that is because there's a comic book out there when Godzilla fights Zeus. So, anything's possible in this Monsterverse. We can see Zeus for crying out loud, and we don't even know it. Like a person could be called Zeus, and you'd be like, oh, okay, that's Zeus. And then all of a sudden he throws a lightning bolt at Godzilla's throwing. You're like, what the fuck? I don't think they would go that far. Because I know a lot of people might be upset about that. Me, I don't give a shit. More the merrier. I don't care. Go all out. Have fucking a blast, in my opinion. That's just me, Just think about how you were a little kid playing with your Godzilla toys. You know, it's like that. So might as well. I mean, that's how I felt like with these Godzilla movies. But I don't know why people don't feel that way. You know, I guess that just shows how much of a Godzilla fan are you. You know, like I just don't get it. I just don't get it. You guys cannot have fun with these Godzilla movies, bro. Seriously. I could still see the flaws with these movies and still point some of the stuff out, like I mentioned. But overall, it's still a great time to watch, and I still have fun with it to the T. Just don't fuck it up by the end, man. Please don't do what Netflix did with Umbrella Academy season 4. Oh, please don't do that. Please don't fuck it up. Please don't fuck it up. Please do not fuck it up. Because if you do, and you try to make another MonsterVerse series, I would not watch it. I would not watch it. Because I would wash my hands of it and be like, you know what? We had a good ride, but you fucked up at the end, and I don't trust you anymore. That's just me, man. That's just me. Because again, so much missed opportunities that you could do for the series, and you still won't not do it. I mean, for kind of long, you could put Biollante in the Monarch TV show. You could do that. And I know some people might be upset about that. Be like, oh, I want her to be in a major movie or something like that. But at least you still have her. At least we have the Monarch TV series to look back at it and be like, you see, she's still here. She's here. You know? So that's really it, guys. And I'll see you guys later. You know, check yourselves out and a giggity. No. Most people are like, what the fuck? No. But long live the king of the monsters.